There is a very specific moment that happens to you, usually in the middle of a crowded room or a seemingly normal conversation, where the sound suddenly seems to drop out of the world and your vision sharpens into something that feels less like looking and more like dissecting. You aren't having a panic attack, and you aren't zoning out. You are tuning in to a layer of reality that everyone else is completely missing. It is as if you have suddenly developed X-ray vision and can see the bones of the situation, the hidden agendas, and the secrets rotting beneath the floorboards, all while everyone else is just eating their dinner and talking about the weather. This sensation, this sudden, piercing clarity that often feels like a burden, is the first and most potent inner alert of the Scorpio soul. If you were born between October 23rd and November 21st, you know exactly what I am talking about. It is that split second where your gut overrides your brain and tells you that the person smiling at you is actually a threat, or that the perfect opportunity is actually a trap. For years, you might have tried to medicate this feeling away or rationalize it as paranoia. But I am here to tell you that this internal alarm system is your greatest spiritual inheritance. Before we peel back the layers of your psyche any further, let me introduce myself properly. I am Madam Tina, and I have spent over 25 years sitting across from people just like you, decoding the silent language of the stars and helping powerful souls understand that their intensity is not a defect, it is a superpower. I am not here to read you a fortune cookie. I am here to explain the mechanics of your own power so you can stop fighting yourself and start dominating your path. We are going to walk through the specific internal alerts that define your existence, signals that are often misunderstood by the rest of the world but are crystal clear to you. You need to listen to this whole breakdown because understanding these alerts is the difference between living a life of constant anxiety and living a life of strategic mastery. The first major alert we need to discuss is what I call the temperature drop. This is a physical sensation where you walk into a space or meet a new person, and despite the room being warm, you feel a sudden, icy chill in your solar plexus. This is not a draft from a window. This is your biological radar pinging a lack of integrity. You see, Scorpios are natural lie detectors, but it goes deeper than just logic. Your body is basically a tuning fork for truth. When someone is presenting a mask, or when a situation is built on false pretenses, your body rejects the energy immediately. You might feel a tightening in your chest, a sudden headache, or just a profound desire to leave the premises immediately. Most people are taught to be polite, to override these feelings for the sake of social grace. They smile and shake hands while their intuition is screaming. But for you, ignoring this alert is dangerous. Every time you have felt that temperature drop and stayed anyway, you have likely regretted it. You ended up betrayed, drained, or involved in a mess that took months to clean up. This alert is your spirit guide grabbing you by the collar and saying, "Not here, not them." This sensitivity brings us to the second alert, which is the data overload. You notice things that others are oblivious to. You notice the way someone's eyes flicker when they mention their spouse. You notice the tone of voice that doesn't match the words being spoken. You notice the one item out of place in a room. This constant scanning of your environment is often labeled as hypervigilance or suspicion, but in the spiritual anatomy of a Scorpio, it is simply information gathering. You are an archivist of human behavior. This alert manifests as a busy mind that cannot shut off because it is processing 1,000,000 microsignals per second. You aren't being difficult. You are building a profile. This is why you often know the outcome of a relationship or a business deal months before anyone else does. You have already processed the data points that predict the collapse. The frustration comes when you try to explain this, knowing to others who lack your depth of perception. They call you cynical, only to come back to you 6 months later asking, "How did you know?" You knew because you were paying attention to the silence between the words. The third alert is a profound, almost aggressive need for privacy that hits you out of nowhere. One minute you are fine, socializing, being the life of the party, and the next minute a wall slams down inside you. You feel an urgent compulsion to retreat, to go dark, to hide. This is not depression, though your friends might worry it is. This is the molting alert. Just as the scorpion must retreat under a rock to shed its exoskeleton because it is soft and vulnerable during that process, you must retreat to process your emotional growth. When this alert rings, you physically cannot tolerate questions. You cannot tolerate people asking, "What's wrong?" or "Where have you been?" You need a cave. You need silence. This is a protective mechanism. Your energy field is incredibly porous and absorbent. You take on the grief, the rage, and the secrets of everyone around you. If you do not retreat to wring out your sponge, you will become toxic to yourself. This urge to disappear is actually a cleaning cycle. It is your soul saying, "System full, reboot required." Understanding this need for withdrawal is crucial because if you fight it, if you force yourself to keep performing for the sake of others, you will trigger the shadow side of this alert, the sting. When a Scorpio is denied their necessary solitude, they become irritable, sharp-tongued, and destructive. You might find yourself picking fights just to get people to leave you alone. You might sabotage a relationship just to get some space. It is much healthier to recognize the alert for what it is, a maintenance request, and simply say, "I am taking some time for myself." You do not owe anyone an explanation for your need to recharge. Your power comes from the depths, and you cannot access the depths if you are constantly treading water on the surface with everyone else. This retreat is where you strategize. It is where you heal. It is where you turn your pain into power. So when you feel that door closing in your heart, do not prop it open with guilt. Let it close, lock it, and do not come out until you are ready. Following closely on the heels of your need for solitude is a very specific final sensation that creates a permanent shift in your relationships. I call this the click of death. It sounds dramatic, but for a Scorpio, it is a very real, tangible experience. You are known for your intense loyalty. You will ride through hell with someone you love. You will forgive them. You will help them bury the bodies, metaphorically speaking, and you will give them second, third, and fourth chances. You endure things that other signs would walk away from because you value the depth of the bond. But then, there is a moment. It could be a small lie, a specific look of disrespect, or just one too many broken promises, where you hear a click inside your chest. It is the sound of the breaker tripping. In that instant, your emotional supply to that person is cut off completely. It is not a fade, it is a guillotine. You look at them, and you feel nothing. No anger, no sadness, just a vast, empty neutrality. This alert scares people because it seems cold, but it is actually the ultimate self-preservation mechanism. It means the debt is paid, the lesson is learned, and the contract is void. This internal switch leads to the next alert, the filing cabinet phenomenon. Once the connection is severed, or even while it is ongoing, you have an uncanny ability to recall emotional debts and transactions. You don't just remember that someone hurt you. You remember the exact texture of the betrayal. This isn't about holding a grudge for the sake of being bitter. It is about survival intelligence. Your soul keeps a detailed ledger. When you meet someone new, you might get a flash of a memory from 10 years ago involving a completely different person. This is your intuition cross-referencing the new person's behavior with your archive of past threats. It is an alert saying, "Pattern detected." You might feel a sudden resistance to trusting someone who seems perfectly nice, simply because their energy signature matches someone who stabbed you in the back in 2015. Trust this archive. Your memory is not a flaw. It is a library of survival tactics. You are not living in the past. You are using the past to bulletproof your future. There is another alert that is uniquely Scorpion, and that is the apex predator calm. Most people, when faced with a crisis, a car accident, a sudden firing, a family emergency, go into panic mode. They scream, they cry, they freeze. You, on the other hand, often experience a strange, cold wash of absolute calm. Your heart rate might actually slow down. Your thinking becomes laser-focused. While everyone else is losing their minds, you are assessing the damage, formulating a plan, and executing it. This alert tells you that you have entered your domain. You are ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Chaos is your home field. When the sirens go off, you don't run away, you step up. This can sometimes make you feel like a sociopath because you aren't crying like everyone else, but do not mistake composure for a lack of feeling. You feel everything, but your instinct to survive and protect is stronger than your need to emote in the moment. You are the one who gets the family to safety. You are the one who saves the business. You can cry later when the danger is past. This intense capability to handle the dark stuff brings us to the alert of magnetic pull. You might find that strangers tell you their deepest secrets within 5 minutes of meeting you. You are sitting on a bus or standing in line at the bank, and suddenly someone is unloading their trauma onto you. This is because your aura signals that you are not afraid of the dark. You emit a signal that says, "I can handle your heaviness." This can be a beautiful gift, allowing you to be a healer or a counselor, but it is also a warning. When you feel that heavy, sticky energy coming from someone, that is your alert to put up your shields. You are not a garbage dump for other people's unresolved issues. Just because you can handle the toxicity doesn't mean you should. You have to learn to distinguish between someone asking for healing and someone looking for a place to dump their emotional waste. That heavy feeling in your shoulders when you talk to certain people, that's the alert. It means, close the gate. Hey, my intense, beautiful, powerful family. I want to pause for just a second in this deep water we are swimming in. I know this can be heavy to hear because it validates so many things you have probably kept hidden or felt guilty about. If you are sitting there nodding your head, feeling like someone is finally reading your diary, I want you to come closer to this fire. You don't have to carry this intensity alone anymore. Hit that subscribe button, not because I need the numbers, but because you need the tribe. We are building a circle of people who aren't afraid of the dark. And listen, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever experienced that click where your feelings just turned off? It's a wild sensation, isn't it? Share your story. It helps the others realize they aren't crazy. Okay, let's get back into the anatomy of your power, because we have a few more critical alerts to cover. We need to talk about the alert that manifests as the hunger. I am not talking about food. I am talking about a sudden, ravenous dissatisfaction with everything that is average, mediocre, or superficial. You might be working a steady job, paying your bills, living a good life by society's standards, and suddenly you wake up with a burning rage in your gut because it all feels so incredibly small. This alert is your ambition waking up. For Scorpio, ambition is not just about money or status. It is about power and transformation. You have a deep, primal need to test your limits, to see how high you can climb or how deep you can dive. When everything is too easy, you get restless. You might start creating problems just to have something to solve. This hunger is your soul telling you that you are under-challenged. You are a Ferrari driving in a school zone. You need to find a mountain to climb, a mystery to solve, or an empire to build. If you ignore this hunger, it turns inward and becomes self-destructive. You start eating yourself alive with criticism and bitterness. Feed the beast with a challenge, and it will take you to the top. This connects directly to the alert of possessiveness. Now, we often hear this word in a negative context, like a jealous partner checking phones. But spiritually, for you, this alert is about stewardship and protection. When you love something or someone, you want to merge with it. You want to know it completely. You feel a fierce, territorial instinct kicking in. This alert is telling you what matters to you. You don't get possessive over things you don't care about. When you feel that surge of, "this is mine," pay attention. It is revealing your values. The challenge is to evolve this from a need to control into a desire to protect. The lower vibration is, "I own you so you can't leave." The higher vibration is, "I cherish you, so I will stand guard over your growth." This alert is also a signal about your resources. You are naturally good at accumulating wealth because you understand the energy of money. When you feel anxiety about your resources, it is usually your intuition telling you to tighten up security, to check your investments, to close the leaks. It is strategic paranoia. Another silent warning you often experience is the betrayal tremor. This is a very subtle vibration you feel when the loyalty dynamics in a group are shifting. You might be in a circle of friends or a team at work, and on the surface, everyone is laughing, but you feel a low-frequency rumble in your bones. You sense the alliance is changing. You know who is whispering to whom. You know who is planning a coup. This is not because you are looking for trouble. It is because you understand power dynamics better than any other sign. You are always tracking the flow of power in a room. Who holds it? Who wants it? Who is losing it? This alert gives you the advantage of never being blindsided. While others are shocked when the breakup happens or the company folds, you have already packed your bags. You saw the cracks in the foundation months ago. The key here is not to become cynical, but to use this foresight to position yourself safely. You are the chess player who sees 5 moves ahead. Let's discuss the resurrection pulse. This is perhaps the most painful but miraculous alert. It happens when you hit rock bottom. You have lost everything: the love, the job, the hope. You are lying on the bathroom floor, feeling like you cannot possibly take another breath. And then, in the deepest part of that darkness, you feel a faint, rhythmic pulse. It is a surge of dark, defiant energy that says, "I am not done." This is the Phoenix energy. Scorpio is the only sign that has 3 symbols: the scorpion, the eagle, and the phoenix. When life burns you to the ground, this alert kicks in to start the regeneration process. You realize that you thrive on destruction because it clears the way for a better version of yourself. This alert is the reminder that you are unkillable in a spiritual sense. The worse things get, the stronger you become. You metabolize poison and turn it into medicine. When you feel this pulse, stop crying over the ashes and start building the wings. This resilience is tied to your relationship with control. The alert of loss of control is a panic signal for you. You hate not knowing the outcome. You hate being vulnerable to the whims of others. But this alert is actually a teacher. It usually blares the loudest right before a spiritual breakthrough. The universe puts you in situations where you cannot control the outcome to force you to surrender to a higher power. It is trying to upgrade you from a micromanager to a magician. A micromanager tries to force the river to flow uphill. A magician trusts the river and steers the boat. When you feel the panic of losing control, lean into it. That is the friction of your ego dissolving, so your soul can take the wheel. It feels like dying, but it is actually waking up. Finally, we arrive at the alert that acts as your ultimate guidance system, the echo of truth. Because you are a fixed water sign, you deal in absolutes. You are constantly searching for what is real in a world of plastic. This alert happens when you hear a piece of wisdom, read a book, or hear someone speak, and you feel a deep, resonant thud in your chest, like a heavy book slamming shut. It is the feeling of recognition. Your soul recognizes truth because you are made of it. Conversely, when you are around fake gurus, flashy marketing, or manipulative smooth talkers, you feel a hollowness, a static noise. This alert is vital for your path because your purpose is often linked to exposing lies and uncovering mysteries. You are the detective, the researcher, the psychologist, the surgeon. You are meant to go where others are afraid to look. When you feel that thud of truth, follow it. It is the breadcrumb trail to your destiny. This specific intuition makes you incredibly hard to manipulate, which is why manipulators often hate you. You see the strings they are trying to pull. This leads to the alert of target lock. You might find that you become the target of narcissistic or toxic people, not because you are weak, but because you are the only one who sees them clearly. They try to destroy you because you threaten their disguise. When you feel like you are being singled out or attacked for no reason, understand that it is a compliment to your clarity. You are a mirror, and ugly spirits hate looking in the mirror. Stand your ground. Your gaze alone is enough to make them crumble. You do not need to fight them physically. You just need to hold your energetic ground and watch them expose themselves. They always do. The integration of all these alerts, the temperature drops, the data overload, the need for caves, the clicks of detachment, the predator calm, the hunger, the possession, the tremors, and the truth echoes, creates a life that is intense, yes, but also incredibly rich. You are living in high definition while everyone else is watching black and white static. You are not meant to have a calm, boring, vanilla life. You are meant to have a life of epic sagas, deep tragedies, and even greater triumphs. The exhaustion you sometimes feel is the price of admission for this level of depth. Do not wish it away. Do not wish to be like the air signs who float or the earth signs who settle. You are water and fire combined, steam, pressure, power. As you move forward from this moment, I want you to start respecting these alerts. Stop apologizing for your temperature drops. If you get a bad vibe, leave. Stop feeling guilty about the click. If the bond is dead, bury it. Stop fighting your need for the cave. If you are tired, hide. You are the captain of a very complex, nuclear-powered vessel. You cannot run it by reading the manual for a bicycle. You have to learn your own controls, trust the signals. They have kept you alive this long, and they are trying to guide you to your throne. The world needs you to be fully in your power because the world is getting darker, and we need people who can see in the dark. That is you. That has always been you. Thank you for going to the depths with me today. It takes a brave heart to look in the mirror and own all of this shadow and light. I honor your path, and I honor the battles you have fought in silence that no one will ever know about. You are a warrior in the truest sense. Before you go, I want to ask you one more thing. Engage with this energy. Don't just consume it. Leave a comment below about which of these alerts saved your life. Did you trust the bad vibe and avoid a disaster? Did you embrace the silence and find yourself? Your stories are medicine for the other Scorpios reading them. And please, subscribe to the channel so we can keep peeling back these layers together. We are just getting started. If you are ready to understand even more about how your sign navigates the invisible world, there is another video popping up on your screen right now that I chose specifically for you. It's the next step on the ladder. Click it and let's keep ascending. I'll see you there.